Main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with the real ones, me. Mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea. Wrestling moves in reality. Balance it all like it's destiny. Mama life is the legacy. Main event mamas, we run this show from the ropes.
Hi, I'm Kiara.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Tanisha. And you're now entering the sister chat. Welcome to Main Event Mamas.
Whoop whoop. Because she can't do that today.
I can't. Sorry. People sleeping.
Oh. We are back for another late night because it's been a week. And Kevin is joining us again, so that's exciting. And we have so much to talk about in a sense of today is about parenting, love, and relationships again, because as I'm sure you guys enjoyed our alpha spirits, last week we wanted to follow it up just in time for Valentine's Day. Yep, just cuz. And before we get started, I want to remind you that this is your moment to hit subscribe on whatever platform you're currently listening to us on. So whether that is YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of the podcast situations that we are currently streaming on, please do so you can be the first to be in the know when our episodes drop. Because I'm going to be honest and tell you sometimes I don't know when they're going to drop either. Sometimes it's a surprise to me as well. So, welcome back to Main Event Mamas. Today we're talking about that really awkward space between, childhood and adulthood, teenagehood, if you will. Because I definitely had the distinct pleasure of having an 18-year-old and realizing that it's just a number. It's pretty much just a number. And while we are grateful that he saw that number, little things like finding a laundry detergent, locating your keys, seem real difficult sometimes to kids that age. And then we're going to get into Valentine's Day because you know what? Why not? You know what I'm saying? This is just in time for y'all to make smart choices.
Oh, wait, this is funny. Okay, see, I don't even see it how I see it. This is going like this. Oh, sorry. This is what happens when I'm really tired. So this is going like this. The trajectory, like you're up here, I'm in the middle, and then Kempy's like, it's going to be a
Anyway, it is indeed. Well, let's get started with a history lesson.
Yep.
Because I think we should talk about this. Because, who decided 18 was grown? I wanted to find out. So I did a little digging for all of you. Ready? For a long time in the United States, the age of majority was actually 21 because it was based on an old English common law. The shift to 18 didn't happen because of maturity, it happened because of war. So, the 26th Amendment in 1971, during the Vietnam War, the slogan was old enough to fight, old enough to vote. If the government could send a young man into combat at 18, they decided he should be able to vote and sign contracts. So we essentially picked an age. And by we, I mean not we. Men. White men. Old white men. Picked an age based on military logistics and political pressure, not when the human brain is actually capable of long-term risk assessment. So it's kind of weird to me, and you can tell me what you guys think about this, that we are holding our kids to a standard that was created in the 1970s, not our 2026 situation. So, oof. This was interesting to behold, I have to tell you. Like, for real? I had no idea when 18 became a thing. And I don't feel like at 18 I nearly knew as much as I feel like these kids are expected to know now. Now I feel like they've experienced different things at younger ages than maybe we did. So you would think that matures them. And in some cases, I think it regresses them, especially if you're like me and you're looking through colleges and you're like, did you look this up? When is the deadline? Like, my parents didn't have to do that. Our parents didn't have to do that. You knew. You told them. You educated them. Whereas I feel like it's a little bit different. So apparently, when your 18-year-old comes to you, what's going on in their head is the I can't say this. Let's ask.
Amygdala?
Yes, you said it. Excellent work. Which is
Oh, you
considered
know
the
I wasn't
gas
gonna say
pedal.
it.
The gas is considered the gas pedal for emotions and rewards. Is fully floored, but the prefrontal cortex, which is the brakes for logic, is still a construction zone, which means this is why an 18-year-old can be a straight A student like this one, but still think it's a good idea to drive across 3 states on 2% battery life without a charger. Because he's not driving, but I definitely have had that conversation of why is your phone on 1% and I can see it from here? Like, stop with that. Where's your charger? Where is your expensive power bank? I don't know, somewhere in the house. Like, that's my stuff story. That's why I get to hear it. So all that to say, that's a problem, don't you think? Like, how are we expecting them to be fully reasoned adults at 18 when, like I just said, things are not like biologically together yet? And there's obviously going to be differences based on like social needs, right? And how you were grown and like nurtured, nature, education, socioeconomic level. Like there's a lot of other contributing factors. So like, how do you feel about that? Was it shocking? Was it interesting?
Okay, what the government said, he ain't an adult.
Right?
If I have to remind you to take a shower, you're not an adult.
I feel like that's important and accurate. Accurate.
If I need to remind you that you need to wash the dishes
Or
or to clean
eat,
up after
for goodness
yourself,
sake. Yes.
or
Wash your ears. Any of those things that just don't make sense. Why you was in the
brush your
shower, you just
teeth.
avoided them. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it's weird. And it was interesting doing this research, realizing like this was just a military tactic. This had nothing to do with anything other
Of course,
than
it's easy for them to
military.
manipulate them. It's easy to manipulate, making them think that they have choices when they really don't. Like their choice doesn't matter unless they want to punish you for it.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
I mean, but I also feel like it has been such a common thing in society that when you turn 18, you can do stuff
Hmm.
and say that you're grown. Like even like my oldest just turned 18. We did like a little party or whatever. And majority of his little sash that he did not wear, it says time to be an adult. Whoa. You
That he did not wear.
nope.
Mhm.
Because I was gonna put adultish because you're not really an adult. Like I'm not gonna consider you an adult until you're 21. Or unless you move out and you pay your own bills. And you don't need me.
That's that right. That right there. I was gonna say what you just said. I don't know about moving out. I feel like I'm not gonna consider him an adult when he goes to college because I'm sure it's gonna be mom, 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 mom. I didn't do that, by the way, but
Oh,
I
I
know
did
he did.
that for sure. I did that. But I also lived
Oh,
at
except
home
when I
still.
needed money.
The same with that, but I also still lived at home when I went to college.
I mean, to be fair, it was expensive, and like we knew this going into this, and so like I was working 3 work study jobs, which should be illegal, by the way,
Mm.
and yet I needed no money, so I still needed money for laundry, food. Yeah, I don't know how I thought I was gonna survive that nonsense. That's also I know how I wasn't fully formed at 18, because that's crazy.
But they
I'm just
even
gonna be
saying
poor.
our brain is not fully developed until we're 25.
Yes, that's what we were just talking about. Because ultimately, I think that to me makes me think about, like they said that 18, you're old enough to sign contracts and things like that.
How?
I've been watching a lot of People's Court, right? And how many
Hmm.
18-year-olds in there do dumb things? Like, you know what? I'm gonna need a phone. I'm gonna sign a phone agreement. This is like the most common one I have seen. And then like, so you get somebody extra line, they don't pay it, and they always be 18, 19, and they like, yeah, I decided I ain't want the phone no more, or I decided I don't like her, and so like I ain't pay the phone bill. And then the judge always says, like, who you think was gonna pay for the phone? It was like, it was a gift. And the judge inevitably goes, how is it a gift? Well, you told this person that you were gonna pay towards the bill, and then you stopped. And every time this happens, because I don't know how many of these cases I've seen, a lot. I always think, don't trust an 18-year-old with a phone contract because
Well, how
I
about
don't think they understand. It's still a bill.
let's not trust them with a credit card?
Amen. Okay. Ooh, girl.
Thanks.
Because they really shouldn't have gave me one. Mm-mm.
They shouldn't have gave me one. I'm not gonna lie. I asked them
At
not to give me
18,
one. That's- Actually, I got one. I remember because they called looking for my mom, and I said, "Hey, she not here. I'm so sorry. I don't know." Like, well, wait. Hey, are you 18? Yeah. Do you want to open up? And I was like, you could be added as her cosign. And I was like, huh? What?
I think I would have got murdered.
I was like, hmm? And I said, okay. My mom was
Ooh,
so, she was livid because they also gave me, guess how much they gave me as a credit limit?
too much money.
Way too much. $4,500. Now, going back when I was 18, do you know what you could get with $4,500?
Yes. Oof. I remember that credit card bill. Oh man, that happened.
She cussed them out once it came in the mail. And then she was like, who, what? Y'all called for me. And then how did I get on this? How did both of them, how did,
I don't know because
What
that's not
happened?
supposed to happen.
That's not supposed to happen. That sounds a little illegal.
Yes, yes.
and she,
It sounds like you were part of one of those big court cases. You could have probably got some money there. One of class action suits because I don't think they were supposed to do that.
They were
let's just,
not. How
no, they
how are you
weren't.
just gonna add somebody on to oh,
They just
alright.
added
Alright.
and sent me a card. That's how she found out
That's crazy.
with hers. And she was like, "What?" And she cussed them out. That was priceless. Then I had to beg to get me a new phone and said, "Can I please use the credit card to get?"
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
no.
and this is why
Mm-mm.
financial education should be part of.
I was literally just about to say that. There's so many things that we are not taught,
Hmm.
and to
Yes,
expect a 18-year-old to be able to navigate this world and be considered an adult, I think is a little absurd personally, but
it is. And we have a hard time navigating this world. Hence why we talk
exactly.
about this all the time. So I
Exactly.
can't imagine that it makes sense for them to be suddenly accountable for these things. But
And then too, they're also
okay,
more emotionally imbalanced.
yes,
Let me explain why. Because now you have that in their heads, and unfortunately in our community, you grown, you grown, you grown. So now they're like, I'm 18, I'm grown. I don't, there's no consequences for me. I grown.
Mm.
And you be looking at them like, are you sure?
oh,
You
I
know,
got a consequence for you.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I wasn't wild, but being a teenager and seeing, because technically you're still a teenager. You're just 18.
Mhm.
Hence why it's 18. You're still a teenager.
Mhm.
In the brain, these kids sometimes don't stand a chance.
They do though. So this is where I want to get into this part because as I've been thinking about this, I've been wondering, what can you do about this?
Hmm.
Because we have this conversation a lot about my boy child. And the fact that I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I failed a little, even though everyone I talk to says, you really didn't. He still likes you, like he's doing well. But I was like, does he have survival instincts? You
No,
know?
no.
And that there terrifies me a little, just a little bit. Though I will admit that he's smart enough, he's cautious enough that I think that will make up for some of the things. But when it comes to the girl child, I'm gonna have other thoughts. You know what I mean? Like we might need a lock in a basement or something. Because absolutely not.
Ma'am, no. You cannot say that out
Absolutely.
loud. You can't
I
say
mean,
that out
yes, you
loud.
can. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna actually put her there. And even if I did put her there, I wouldn't be like those crazy,
Like, didn't you hear the movie?
whoever
I
people.
was locked in the
Yeah, not like
basement.
that. Yeah, not like that. Okay, the stuff they was doing that was crazy. First of all, I read that book, and then and like the people in the attic, I read that one too. Like, nope, everything about that, it's not gonna be like that. I'm saying if I were to do something that insane, it would not be like that. But I wouldn't because I would just feel like, how does that help anybody? And then I still gotta feed her and clothe. Nope, no, thank you. I guess, but I'm just saying, I'm still concerned. So ultimately, I was looking for what to do to help my 18-year-old's brain start thinking about these things and get accountable and like work through these things. I came up with a few things.
Oh,
Love to get your thoughts.
well, I want to know because I may need them.
That. And so the first thing is becoming a consultant for your child. So instead of being, you move from really just kind of being the person to tell them what to do, you advise them now. You consult, you teach, you coach. So the first tactic is called the power of a pause. And what that means is when your 18-year-old comes to you with a crisis, you wait 10 seconds before responding. And this forces their brain to keep working instead of relying on your brain to fix it. I feel like I would need to wait longer than 10 seconds, like 15, 20. But
I may need to wait longer than that. I don't think.
I feel like 10 ain't long enough because he's still being wait. He's patient. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like, might need to be 5 minutes or so before he gives up
It
on
won't even be
me.
like they're like, Ma, you don't hear me? You'd be like, now you know how I feel when you don't be answering me when I've been calling
Daggone teenagers.
you.
So
So
what do
that's
we
one
do? Just
way.
stare at them?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the suggestion. I don't know. I think you just look at them quietly. I have no idea. I thought it was the weirdest option. Is why 10 seconds? Because I would be like, and then
I
I
feel like
thought
it's gonna
about
take
this.
longer.
Have you ever been in that position where someone did that to you? How did you
Yes.
respond?
I started figuring it out for myself in the moment. It happened to me at work. I went to go ask my manager a question. It was probably about, I don't know, it's over 10 years now, but I went to ask my manager a question and he just stared at me and I just started to out out loud figure it out. Like I started talking myself through it. He was like, "You got it? You sure? Okay, cool." And I was like, "I just figured that out on my own. You're right. I didn't need you after all."
I'm not
I
sure
think
that would
that's
have
what
worked
it's
for me.
I think that's what it's supposed to do. But I think it only works if you know that they know the answer, but they're just coming to you for reassurance.
Yes.
Does that make
See that
you
that
know?
I think is where you're gonna run into things with the kids though, because like you've
Yeah.
always been there to answer their annoying questions. All of them. And even the non-annoying ones, to be fair. Like you just answer questions and you always provide that kind of support. And so I thought about this. Now I'm gonna tell you how it goes because I'm gonna tell you this kid is way too patient. He'll just wait. He'll just sit and wait. And even I've caught the girl child doing this now. Because sometimes I just don't want to answer the question. So I pretend I don't see him or I ain't hear it. Like, I'll just be like, nope. Like, oh, I'm sorry, are you here? Why are you here? It's like, why are you sitting in here? And they just wait. And I was like, I appreciate them getting my husband's ability to wait for an answer. However, it's not gonna work in my favor. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not sure it's gonna work for me. What about you, Tanisha? Do you think it'll work for you?
I guess it depends on the kid because the 11-year-old will keep saying my name until I answer him. He'd be like, Mom, Mom,
Does he
me.
remind you of a puppy that keeps going until you're like,
I don't know. And then I'm like, yo, stop talking like that. I'm like, I just was trying to get your attention. I know, and I was ignoring you for a reason. But my oldest, well, I think what I've done too, and it may be similar to that, but I ask questions. So if they ask me a question, I'm like, so what do you think? And they were like, but I asked you, I know, but I'm now asking you, what do you think about it? With the question you just asked me. What do you think I would say? And they just kind of like look at me like, but
I
I
thought
just,
you were just doing that to me. I was like,
yeah, no. So
see how
like,
that doesn't work for me?
I'm like, why? So then it does make them go either, I don't know, Ma. I'm like, well, let's try to figure it out. Like, like even like with my girl child, her looking up definitions, and she's like, I can't find it. I said, really? Are you looking hard enough? Because I see it. And she goes, oh, there it is. I was like, you just wanted me to show you versus you using your eyes yourself. So I mean, each child is different, but the one who I think this will not work for is the 11-year-old. Yeah, nah.
Nope. I'll just
I
keep
may be
calling
in a
you.
straight jacket. I mean, in the padded wall somewhere.
Okay, I can't say what I was saying, but you can be in the straight jacket in a padded
Because
wall. Like,
I said
it's okay.
me. I
You
wasn't
know
putting
what?
nobody
It's
else in it.
fine.
I
It's
wasn't putting
fine.
nobody else in it. I said me. I was gonna put me because I'd rather be. Didn't we say I
Okay.
wasn't gonna drink Red Bull
Hey,
anymore? I don't understand what's happening.
cool, cool. Second idea. Second idea is the contract talk. That's what it's called. So instead of house rules, try co-living agreement. It frames the relationship. Hold that thought in that face, okay? It frames the relationship as two adults sharing space rather than a warden and a prisoner. I'm sorry. That was hard to get through. Wait, wait a minute. No, I just can't even. But you tell me if that's not a no for you. I'm like, still my house.
No,
This
no.
a black person did
Like
not
you
write
will
this.
still help. The only difference is now that you will help in a way that you would normally help. So when it's time for you to go out there and live by yourself, you know how it is to pay bills. But you're still a kid. I mean, you are a young adult. So you will have a curfew. I need to know where you are, where you're going, and who you with. And if the plans change, you need to let me know. You will not change your location. I will always have your location. Like these are the rules I already told him. So yeah, no. If you're still living here with me, I will need to know these things. Now maybe I will stop looking through your phone. I'm lying. I ain't gonna stop doing that until you're 21. Till you start paying the bill yourself. Yeah, nah. Because I'm gonna need to know who you're talking to and where you're going. And make sure nobody's. Now, granted, I'll digress and see if there's things that I should not be seeing. I'm like, but so
I
far, no.
mean,
I just go and look.
so far, no. That's nice. My kid's phone, I don't go in there because I'm good. I'm so good. What's going on in there? Those conversations I never want to see again. But I'm also grateful that he talks to his dad about that stuff and not me. I'm not I'm not equipped to have those conversations. Neither was my mother, to be fair. Neither was she. Leave it up to her, she would have thought I got pregnant with a stork. And I would have been like, "Hey." She'd have been like, "Ooh." That's why we don't want to tell her because the look on her face, like that meant you sex? Like, no.
I'm
Nope.
like, no,
Nope.
no. Do you even see
It
the
was absolutely
movie?
historic.
Mm-hmm.
It was
We
like,
nailed
you
it.
know, whatever
We
that
went through the
movie is where
catalog.
it came from the sky. They delivered it like a mail service. Yes, like
It
that.
was the stalk. I remember I cried. I cried really hard. It was really bad. But anyway, I cried. I'm very emotional, but I cried. It touched my spirit.
Okay, Kevlin, what about you? How about the
Um,
house rules, co-living agreements? Sorry.
No, no, no. I don't
Mm.
think that that's a good idea.
Warden and prisoner. Listen, you don't want to be a prisoner, move out.
Well, I don't think it has to be a warden prisoner situation. I think that they should have, I mean, you can give them a bill as the responsibility, like something small as their responsibility, and start going through like training them up in that way. But I think that the whole like co-living, like you're grown now, you can come and go as you please and all of that. I don't think that that's a good idea because they're just not
No,
ready yet.
No, because they ain't gonna have people
no.
up in my house and them have to be like, what are you doing? And you like, I pay you rent. Like, no.
No. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Though technically, again, the people's court, I learned a lot there. You getting rent, you could be a landlord, it's the whole thing. But regardless of that, yeah, I don't think I could do it. But it reminded me of like growing up with dad and being like, when I came home from college, and he told me, he's like, yeah, you can always come home, but the door is locked. at a certain time. And he
That's
was like,
facts.
you will not be rolling up in here at no 3 a.m. So the door is locked at a certain
Unless he
time.
knew about it. Because I remember he was like, you need to tell me where you're going and when you expected to come home. That's what he told me. Especially when me
Well,
and
I didn't
Kevin used
tell
to
him that
do,
at all.
when
Well,
me and
that's
Kevin
because you
used
took
to,
the underage one.
yes, but even after that, I also had his car. So I had to tell him. Like, if I was like, hey, I want to go
Yeah,
out.
I didn't have any of those things. He
Like,
didn't
I want
ask
to go
none of those
out.
questions. That's why I'm like, when I came home from college, I was with my homies. He was just like, you going? I was like, to the club. Cool. That was it. There was nothing further. But I also think I had that leeway because I lived at school. So he knew that I wasn't going to do nothing crazy. Like, he knew I wasn't about to go missing. He knew I don't really drink. You know, he knew these things. So it wasn't as though he was like, what you going to be up to? That's probably also why he didn't want me to live in New York because he felt like you might be a bad influence, perhaps. But also, if you put both of us together at that age, Lord help us. I'm not sure we would have ever made it up.
Yes, we would have. Don't do that. We've gone out plenty of times. And we made it home. Why are you making it seem like
Again,
that? We
as
did
we
make it home.
discussed what 18-year-old brains do, we've gone through that.
But we made it home.
We went out plenty of times, but I don't think we went out plenty of times. Like 18 was a pretty focused year for me at school. So I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Okay, well, 18, no. Because I also wasn't down there. I lived up here.
Exactly.
Just when I was like 20, 21.
Which I felt at that point, I mean, we were done. I mean, if I can go order whatever. But he still had that like no drinking and driving talent. Still. But it just made me think of that. And I was like, have I ever had a co-living agreement with anyone? Nope. When I lived in my mama's house when I was in my 20s, I didn't have no co-living agreement. It was her rules. We fought all the time because she's like, you can't keep coming in here when you feel like it. And I would be like, well, I mean, I was doing that at college. And she's like, well, then you probably should do that out of my house. I was like, I do vaguely remember her kicking me out a couple times too, because I just did what I wanted to do.
I do remember when I stayed with y'all. I had to abide by rules too. And if I wasn't coming home, I needed to tell you so you can tell her that I was coming home so she wouldn't be sitting there waiting up. Look, because she would sit there and wait.
That's what she said. It's probably, to be fair, I do
I
think
mean,
she
but
probably did.
to be fair too, her bedroom was by the front door, so we couldn't even sneak out either.
No. And I can tell you a funny story of me coming home really drunk and falling up the stairs And when I tell you she did not get out of her bed, but she had a whole conversation with me. And I was so drunk and I was laughing so hard. And then I was like, up the stairs. It was a hot mess. I was like, and she was like, the next morning, she goes, "You was drunk, wasn't you?" I mean, I wouldn't say drunk, Mom. I'd say tipsy. And she goes, "Well, how many times did you fall down them stairs?" And I was like, I didn't fall down. I fell up. Not down them. Once I made it upstairs, I made it upstairs. But I definitely barely made it. And she was just looking at me. So to tell you that code, like that didn't work. Even as I got older, you just had to move. You wanted your own spot. You wanted your own rules. You can live there. So, that's funny. I have no idea. That really brought back a whole memory. I hope she don't listen to this. I will not be clipping this at all. Will not be clipping this. Okay. So the next one is called a life skills audit. So this is a trend where parents are doing laundry and logistics. I gotta tell you this because I had to do some further research because I was like, what is a life skill? So you're gonna think of this like a status bar for adulthood. And adulting is a set of skills. So an audit is a non-judgmental sit down where you and your 18-year-old look at the invisible infrastructure of their life. So you look at these like questions and decisions and you kind of help them. So for instance, the phone call boss. Can they call a doctor's office and book an appointment without stuttering?
Oh
I think
no.
I still
Hell no.
stutter through some of that sometimes. The bot whisperer. Can they navigate a customer service AI bot to get a refund?
Absolutely not.
Can any of us? That feels like a
Representative.
failure.
Say it like 5 times. Operator.
Representative.
Customer service.
Ma'am,
Anybody but you.
I have gotten really good at that too. Representative. Now, no. So yes, can they do that? Do they know where their social security card is and how to fill out a W-4? Again, I'm still not sure. I still have to look at how to fill out a W-4 every time. I gotta do one. I think it's stressful. But I do know where my social security card is. And I've had it. I will tell you, my mother handed it to me when I was 18. It was like, don't lose. That's what it was. But I did not do that to my child. I let him see it. And I was like, I will give it to you the way that it was given to me. And my mom put that in my birth certificate in like this nice little packet that in is a waterproof situation. And I have had it ever since. Whereas I don't have that for him yet. So I'm not just going to hand to him. Because if you leave it to his father, he'll be taking it everywhere. And I was like, absolutely not.
You put that in a
I
seat.
don't think you need your papers everywhere. But the state of this country, I mean, I don't know. Is he wrong? That being said, so that's another criteria. And then if a pipe bursts or the check engine light comes on, is their first instinct to call you or do they know the plan B? All right,
I mean, I feel like
sound off
everybody's
on this one.
okay. So I'm gonna say no. He does not have fill out a W something, whatever that is, because I don't know how either.
W4.
I have to second guess myself. He does. I think he has his social security. I don't think he never gave it back to me. So he probably
Okay.
has it. But he cannot wash clothes. I mean, I've taught him multiple times, but he doesn't do it. He
The one who doesn't shower too, right? See, that's terrifying. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Let's see. I mean I started teaching him how to drive, but I stopped. That was like the tactic I was using for him to go to school at the time.
Mhm.
Then I stopped. So I think, but see, my first inclination is if my engine light comes on, is to call somebody and not try to.
And this is where I want to get to. That's my point. I'm pretty sure, except the only thing here that I am not going to be like, is like the customer service AI bot. I was like, I still stumble when I go to the doctor's office because for what exactly? Wait, because they always have new things that you have to do or say or find. And then you're like, oh, I'm calling my doctor. Hold. If you want to speak to your doctor, press 1. But they're only available Monday through Wednesday. If you are calling after 3 o'clock on a Thursday, please hold for the nurse's line. Like, what? What's calling for one thing? And I have been on the phone for 2 hours. So yeah, no, I feel like a lot of this is not as simple as it may have been previously. And then like if a pipe bursts or my check engine light on, I'm calling y'all because I gotta talk about it. I got a poll, and this is what I do try to teach them is like I like to poll like the audience and be like, I need to phone a friend and I need to like like hedge my bets. Essentially, I'm like, what would you do if your check engine light came on? And I'm pretty sure that's how my conversations are. So if you were me, exactly, what would you do next?
I mean,
I
even go
I
ahead.
gotta hold you for that.
No, I was gonna say I think that last one is kind of like maybe an unfair assessment because, like you said, we as adults still
A pipe
phone a
burst.
friend. Like a pipe burst? Like we all don't know what to do.
Like, do I call a
So
plumber?
no.
Do I call the? Do I
I'm gonna be
call
like,
the?
help me.
Well, first of all, you got to turn the water shut off.
Thank you. She
But wait,
know. That's why she on the call list.
yes, but I'm saying, but like, where is it? Who found? Like,
Now I got to help you find it. No,
See, I wouldn't be that kid. I would have been like, as soon as she said turn it off, I'd be like, I think it's underneath. I'm gonna give you something.
wherever. Right. So I think that's a
But
little
also, you
unfair
got
though
that
for 18.
expertise. To be
That's
fair.
true. That is true. I'll give you that. Not everybody has that, right? So
Nope.
yeah, that's a little
Nope.
unfair.
Is that check engine light? Girl, I was a 911 emergency when that thing came on. What do I do? Should I keep driving? What goes next?
is it
And I
safe?
vaguely
Is the
remember
car gonna blow
this
up?
one.
Is
This
the car
one.
gonna work?
Tanisha being like, keep going. So that helps.
You know what? I probably would have brought it to like an auto zone that asked them. My
Yeah, but
check
you have to
engine
pay
light
for
came
that. But
on.
see,
What do I do?
this is the thing, right? So then the next question is, does it cost money? And I literally
There you go. That
like,
that end is the problem. You understand? Like, how are
Yeah.
you gonna expect an 18-year-old to know any of this? Where we're all sitting here like, what would you do?
Facts.
It's
what
like,
do
I
you do
don't
Facts.
when your
know.
car sensor is actually wrong and it's not the right one? It's done that a couple of times with my tires.
Talk
It'll tell
about
me it's
it.
the front tire and it's not actually, it's the back tire. And we keep looking at the front tire like it looks fine. I don't.
Yeah, that's my husband's problem. His sensors be. And then I'm like, how much is it fix the sensor? 200. Never mind. Never mind. Hold that. My next question is, will it pass inspection? That's what I need to know. That's it.
My bad.
So I think you guys are right. All that to say, I don't think a lot of us people who are much older or slightly older than 18 are capable of answering all of those questions. So I think you're right, Kevin. Some of that is a little unfair. And seriously, that W-4, I still have a hard time. Like, are you serious?
Facts.
Like, how many deductions? And I vaguely remember being taught how to do that, and it was very wrong at 18.
True.
I just put 0. Take all the taxes out now so you can give it back to me later.
Yeah, that's where we are now, but we wasn't there for a while.
I mean, I will say
Because my
about the
tax person said to stop do. See, I'm not gonna get into all that.
no,
The
don't.
point was, now let's talk laundry and logistics boot camp because again, stuff I ain't never heard. I gotta find out if this is a book or something because I got questions. This is about transparency. So the concept is you aren't doing chores together, you're opening the opportunity for them to do it. So the next time you have to do something boring, like paying the electric bill, arguing with a health insurance rep, or even just renewing your car registration, call them into the room. And it will work because most young adults have adulting anxiety because the process is invisible. They don't see it, they don't experience it. So they only see the results, like your lights stay on, you should pay the bill, or not the effort it goes into, like figuring out the portal to pay the bill, like figuring out which card you gotta use, because most lecture people don't let you use credit cards. It's a debit or it's a bank account. But will they know that? No, that's a whole nother thing. But letting them see you handle these things helps them understand that adulting is accessible and that they can do it. So what do you think about that?
Um, I'm gonna say yes and no. So I'm gonna say yes, they should see the transaction of happening online since everything is online now. And it's not
Hmm.
like the old way where you write in a checkbook, print it out, mail it, things of that nature. And I did tell my oldest that that is going to be the bill he pays, his electric bill, whenever he gets his job, because he likes to turn on that heat and that and keep it on all day, or the AC, and I'd be like that's your bill. So I told him I would teach him how to use that portal when it's time, so then he can see that his money is being paid and it's him doing it. Now, should I let him come listen to me while I'm talking to some customer service rep who don't want to listen? I don't think so, because that may not fare well. I don't think they're going
Um,
to understand the correct way to talk to somebody when they're not listening.
I would argue my kids say that I work magic every time. They're like, "Mom, you always win." I do. I do. But that doesn't mean they're gonna win. So I don't really know that that's something you teach them. I learn how to play the game. It's the only way you win. You win or you lose. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta learn how to play.
What'd you think, Kevin? I mean, Kevin, sorry. I keep on.
You're fine. I think it's a good idea, honestly. Because I think that that's a lot of what we were not taught, like
Mm.
the ins and outs of paying bills and writing a check and
And payment
knowing
arrangements when you
payment or
can't
seeing
pay
what
it.
that sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Knowing, how to enter your debit card or credit card into the system or how to do it online. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that that's something those are good skills to teach them. That way they know how to do it when it's their time.
Yeah. I agree with you. I do think after hearing this, not a bad idea. Boring. And I'm like, my girl child's gonna tune out. She ain't gonna hear nothing. And I don't know that he will either. Like, well, I don't even think he listens when I'm doing stuff for him. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, what you finished? Like that's about the extent of it. I did ask him one day. I was like, do you know how we got here in the car? Like, so if something were to happen, how to get home. And like he did start paying attention after that. But where we stay now, you ain't walking. Okay. This is
Right.
not like Georgia. You are not walking. But I was like, do you at least know the direction you need to go into to try to make it back to the house? He was like, I mean, maybe that
I
could be
will
a
say, I
problem.
feel like I think we've stopped doing that, like memorizing numbers.
Oh, they know my numbers by heart. I drilled in.
Well, see, I think I didn't. I mean, I drove like the house number. Like, so when I used to live with my mom, I drove that, like the house number, how to be able to get home, what's the address. And then once we came over here, I don't think I drove them with this address because I still wanted, if they couldn't get here, at least they can get to my mom. But now that my mom's here, it's like, y'all know where y'all live at, right? Like y'all know. Like I realized my girl child, she memorized my number because she calls me from everybody else's phone when her phone's locked. She'd be like, I need to use
That's a
your phone.
skill.
That is a skill because and then she was like, yeah, I know your number. It's I was like, I'm impressed because I didn't teach you my number, so you just
I mean, she's just taking initiative in all sorts of ways this week.
Which is cool because I mean that's good. That's good to know that you can call me from anybody's phone. Now, granted, you need to know that I may not answer because I may be like, "Who is this somebody calling me?" Hence why she'll call me again or she'll leave me a message. She got smart. She leave me a message. It's your daughter. Okay, hi. How can I help you? Why are you calling me
Girl,
from
smart.
somebody else? With my 10-year-old or the 11-year-old, he has learned how to get home from school
That's good. That's important.
by himself. Well, with me walking him through it, but not with me taking him. It took him one time by train, and now he knows how to get home if he needs to. He knows how to get to school by himself. And I was like, look at you, little pioneers. That's about it. So I think if people don't do that, I know I need to go. Just make sure that they have the numbers. I used to write it in their like they used to have it. I used to have an index card and put it in their bag, so if they needed to know, they at least can pull it out. And I had like 5 different people numbers on it if they needed to call somebody. But I stopped doing that. Why, I'm not sure, but
I mean, because the world these days is quite weird. So I can understand. But no, I drilled them. Like, what's my phone number? What's my address? I will say the address thing is annoying to this day because now they're like, I think I asked them maybe a couple years ago or a year and a half, and I was like, you know where we live, right? And they were like, no. And I just was like, wow. Like, you
do you at least know
literally
how to
walk
get
in the
here?
door.
Do you at least know how to get here?
Like,
Can you give people directions to
but
get here?
no, what if you got to actually tell somebody your address and you're just like
Mhm.
somewhere over there? Like, what? So I drilled them after that because I was like, I'm not gonna let you in the house until you tell me what the number is. That's crazy. Like, what's your zip code? Why don't you know that?
Mm,
I knew all of that. I felt
I
like
mean,
that
I
was
did too.
essential information.
Uh-huh.
And I knew everybody. I knew at least 3 or 4 people's phone numbers because we didn't have phones back then. So you need to call them from the payphone.
Sometimes collect. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yep, definitely called
And then
collect.
say, and sometimes say everything in that collect message. This is
Yeah, we
I'm
have a
still outside.
message from.
I'm still outside.
I'm
I'm over
stuck
here.
outside.
Mhm.
Like, exactly.
And then it'd be like,
Stuck outside. I don't have a key. You need to come home right now.
or it'd be like, is it okay if I can still stay out past the streetlights? Say yes or no.
I'm weak.
Okay, I never called for that because I would have got cussed out. No.
Call me to
And
ask
my
me, could you
grandma
stay out
always,
longer?
my grandma would she would accept the collect call, but then she'd be mad. And she'd be mad that you call collect. See, they will never know the fun of payphones. You know what I mean?
I think
I
they were always
know.
mad with the collect. So once they said yes, it's like, this wasn't even an emergency. You making me.
Well, you called to say if you could stay outside. I don't. At least I had an emergency. I'm stuck outside. I don't got no money. Like, I can't get home. Something.
Of
Yeah.
importance.
Oh my god.
No, it was never that.
Okay. Anyway, so I feel like these have been some pretty useful hacks. I'm gonna have to test them out. I definitely encourage you to also test them out, and then we can tell them how it works. Because I have a feeling some of this won't be successful, but I definitely think the laundry and logistics boot camp is something I want to try. And then also have them start doing these things of like, can you schedule a doctor's appointment? Can you check in to the doctor? So, all right, now we can talk Valentine's Day because it's time to get in love and adulting because you know f these kids right now. That's a lot to figure out. It's a lot to figure out with these teenagers. I need help. I need help. Oh Lord, but
I'm about to pray.
well, this is what happens when you're on a late night recording. You're welcome. You always
Hi.
wonder why some of these be crazy episodes. That's why, because it's late. She's high on sugar. I'm tired, so I'm just high on life. Here we go. Anyway, so here's the truth of the matter. What we do know is that Valentine's Day has kind of become a bit of a Hallmark situation, right? But it can be a pretty high stakes holiday for a lot of relationships. And so I wanted us to just take a moment to start at the beginning, because I also did research to find out what Valentine's Day was originally about. Did
Mm.
you know it was actually a rebellion? Saint Valentine was executed for performing secret marriages after the emperor banned them. So it started as a day for brave commitment and not just candy. Again, not hiding your boo thing, but literally getting out here and marrying them in the open.
Mm. Out of the closet, so we say speak.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I thought that was interesting. Once I was like, I always wondered what it was about, and I feel like I didn't know
Mm.
for whatever reason. I don't feel like they shared the information. And I just felt like it was also drilled into us at a young age, right? Like we had those little Valentine's Day cards that our parents would buy us from the store. So glad I don't have to do that. And you would have to seal them with candy or whatever and have them pass it out into whatever, some special bag, and they would come home with it or not. And then the kids would be all emotional. I'm just glad that phase is over because it really sucks. But I think this is the opportunity to tell some fun stories. What do you
Depends on what story we're telling.
I warned you, so it is what it is. It's what it is. So let's talk about your best gift. Who wants to go first? In case you need ideas out there, you're welcome.
Go ahead, Kevin. Tell us your best one.
I'm just gonna tell you A1 because they
Ooh.
were all pretty dope.
Oh. Excuse me.
I know, we're like, wait, what?
Gonna be
Apparently
honest.
we're doing it wrong.
Clearly.
I'm like,
Clearly.
no.
Okay.
Real
Say
talk though,
something.
I'm really thinking through all of these. Sorry, I'm trying to think through all of these. Daggone, I don't. It's a lot of them.
Well, give us a top 5. I mean,
I'm saying, hold that thought, sis. Wait a minute.
let us sit here
I'm
and
so
bask
glad you
in
have
the.
so many to like
I know. I'm like, let us
choose from.
bask in this because
Well,
I don't
one
think I
thing
got
that the
any.
man he was good at that part. I'll give him that. But okay, so let's see. If I had to think about the best one, honestly, it was something he made. It was a shadow box, and it had the day that he proposed. It had the day that we got married, and it had the day that we met. It had the actual dates, and it had the pictures for each one. That was probably the best gift she gave me.
No, so thoughtful.
I know.
Dang. I'm like, geez, we should let
I
you
don't
go
think.
last.
I know. I'm like, I don't think we can top neither one of these.
Oh, none of the above. Yeah, I don't
I
got
don't got
nothing
none.
like that. Now I'm like, do I even want to tell this story? Oh, next
Well,
time you go last, okay? Because
wait.
enough.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Sheesh. Like,
Hold
you
on.
want to go, Tanisha? What you
I'm
got?
about to make you feel better. As an adult, none.
Okay.
There's none. As an adult, none.
None?
0. And nothing.
Mm,
0. Nobody.
0?
Nothing.
No one.
Nope.
Okay, they need to step it up.
Yeah. But in fairness, for a period in my life, I wasn't even celebrating that. It was like, it's okay. You don't have to. No worries. So
Fair.
now I'm like in between. Like, do I really want to celebrate Valentine's Day? Is it really important? Or is it not? My last Valentine's, that went to shit. So
Jesus.
when I actually cared,
Okay.
it kind of went to shit. So I don't know.
I mean, okay, anyway. can tell you. I'm not a big Valentine's Day person. So, um, I'm trying to think the best. I was like, as a teenager, I got some pretty great stuff.
That's what I'm saying. As a
I got
teenager, I can be like, yeah, I got
got
freaking
some really
roses.
great.
I
I got
had
a bomb necklace. I got
I had a
lots
necklace
of
that was hidden in
toys.
the roses. I mean,
Like as a
um,
teenager, it was fire.
a
As
lot
an
of
adult,
toys.
I'm like,
Time out.
I don't think
Toys?
like,
Hello.
huh?
Don't drive past that. You said toys?
Yes, like
What kind
teddy
of
bears.
toys?
That's like toys, not those kind of toys. Teddy bears.
Oh, okay. Because you just like how you said, it, and I was like, what? What do you mean?
She taking it to a
Anyway,
place as
carry on.
usual. I was a kid, so it was definitely a teddy bear. That, in fact, that my daughter still has to this day, and I named it.
Oh,
I forget. I'm not gonna tell you what I named it because then you'll find out who gave it to me. But I she still has it to this day. I would like give them all my. I name my teddy bears after the people who give it to me. So it's either the teddy bear's first name or last name, and then the occasion. For instance, I might name it Dusty Christmas or Halloween Michael or something. So I would like name it something that was like memorable. So I remember how I got it. There you go. Okay, let me think. I'm like, I got a lot of stuffed animals. I'm like, I definitely didn't get anything like that shadow box. I'm having thoughts and feelings over here. Like maybe somebody needs to step up their work here.
yeah. I'm
Um,
pretty sure. I mean, we might should just let her give us all
I
the
got
answers. Because I mean,
roses. You know what I'm saying? Like I got roses. But again, first of all, this is an ongoing joke in my house because first of all, my husband never actually gets it on the day. Never.
mm,
And I was like, "Do you just wait for the sales?" What you do?
I mean, that's
He
smart.
never gets
That's
it
smart
actually
thinking,
on
though. But that's
Valentine's Day.
smart.
But
But that's
and
smart
but he'll
thinking.
get me like the chocolates or like, you know. So I was like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
what
get it
I
for
did start
95%
doing
off.
though, yes, it is. That's the other piece.
That's a
Appreciate it.
smart
But
idea.
I will say, um, yeah, I was gonna say I haven't gotten anything that was super, super amazing, but I definitely think when we were first dating, I didn't expect him to get anything because we were, just first dating or whatever, and he gave me like a stuffed animal, and I kept that thing for years, and it was so cute and weird. It was the weirdest looking thing I have ever seen in my life. It didn't even look. It was not a bear. It was like some alien looking thing. I don't even know what it was. But I loved it because he remembered. But after that, nah, we really don't do a ton of like Valentine's Day stuff. And also, I've gotten to the habit now where I also like to buy stuff after the holiday because it's cheap. It's cheap. So, all right, worst gift or misconception? Nothing. Okay, nothing.
I mean, I could share this, but then that's giving them way too much into my personal business. I think this time I'm gonna like reserve. Just know, my last Valentine's went to shits, and I
Oh yes, never mind.
got a gift that I was not expecting.
Jesus, this is tragic. I should have rethought this section, this segment. Jeez.
Just saying.
Okay.
Now I wish this wasn't Red Bull.
Um. Anyway, I'm trying to think the worst gift I got. I'm like, I don't think I've gotten any worse gifts. I love like I just wish there was more thoughtfulness. Like for me,
Mm,
letters and stuff like that, like those matter more to me than like I do cards and stuff. Like I'll write you something. Um, so I'm like, I haven't had any worse gift, I guess, because I'm like, maybe the years he don't get nothing. I guess that's like the worst gift. But then my husband's crazy generous, so he'll like spend a grip on something that I never like even imagined. Like, why did you spend all that money on this thing when I actually wanted that So yeah, I was like, I don't have a worse gift except maybe the years that I get nothing.
Mm.
But then, like I said, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but my daughter does. And so as a result, it gives me a wonderful occasion to be like, did you forget this day?
Me
Even
too.
though I know, you know what I mean? Like, I know that this is inevitably, I get all my gifts after the holiday. So it's always fun to be like, did you forget again? And he's like, wait a minute. Like, you see his eyes contracting, like, am I in trouble? Like, I'm scared. Like, you can sleep down here with the dog. Like, oh my gosh. But I don't mean it. So yeah. I was like, I can't think of, you know what? That's a good, I'm a complain because I'm like, listen, I hope you got something planned this year, but I'm gonna put money on. We gonna be upstairs watching a movie or something. That's what I put money on. What you got?
So now, Caroline, after you told us that you have too many to pick from for the good times, was there any bad Valentines?
I'm done with you.
I'm just saying, she was going through the catalog. She was like, let me figure out which one was good. So I'm just saying, which one was bad?
You were. I'm a little jealous. I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, I am.
Listen,
A little jealousy here.
can I be
A
love
little
bombed? Can you
enviness.
give me lots of stuff?
I'm just
Like,
saying,
see?
can I get like a shadow box? Tell me how much you love me. Tell me how much I mean the world to you. Why? Bare your soul.
I'm done with
Just
it.
give me one day of soulness.
Not your catalog though. She's
I'm
like,
just
I was
saying.
like,
She
she
was
gonna
like,
pull out the
I have.
Rolodex.
She was like, here you go. Here's the roller. Let me see.
Listen, it
Uh,
was
her baby sis is
it
truly
was good
loved.
stuff.
Okay.
Man.
I don't have a bad gift year.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
You know what? Never mind. Never should have done that segment. Close to Valentine. My bad. Because here's the thing.
We got one
Does
who's really
Valentine's Day
loved.
actually
We got one who's loved. Got people fighting over. Then we got the other one over here where they are content with getting discounted things. And me, no one loves me. I am not worth
Stop
not a
it.
darn
That's
thing.
not
why is she
If
like this?
if I
That's a
want flowers
false.
or anything, I'm going to buy it my damn self.
That's
And
not
be like, oh,
true.
look. Love
Clearly we
myself.
just need to buy her Valentine's Day presents. I think that's just what I think, Kevin, that's what we're gonna have to do because
I
she
mean,
feels like
we just got
nobody
to
else.
fix this. Okay.
Like,
I mean, because
no
that's
one loves me.
crazy.
Like, I don't have a Rolodex of like, oh, look at all the great things I've gotten for Valentine's Day because someone loves me to death.
Listen, okay,
Okay.
I'm a little jealous. Mm-hmm.
But hold, because this is the important part. Does Valentine's Day actually matter? Like, here's the thing: is it
Apparently,
really
yes.
a test? Shush. Is it a test of the relationship or a moment and just a fun excuse to hang out? Because apparently you're saying yes, but I'm like, Valentine's Day is just so inconsequential to me because we spend the other days together. So I'm like, I feel like I get loved all the time. So I don't know that one day out the year should be like
Mhm.
the moment to kind of do the most. Because then it also makes me wonder, are you doing this because you mean it? Or are you doing it to like prop up your own ego? Because maybe, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I feel like if you really love me, then you spend the rest of the year, and it should not be necessarily the most important day of anything. Now, my birthday, now that's a whole nother situation. But Valentine's Day, like, I'm like, can we have pizza, sit here and chill? Thanks. You want to make me happy? Don't make me cook. Here you go.
There you go.
Don't make me cook. That's
I'm
thoughtful.
I mean, to be fair, no. I mean, if you're being loved properly throughout the whole year, then no, it's just a day. But sometimes when you're being loved properly, Valentine's Day is like a celebration, clearly, to our sister who gets a Rolodex of greatness.
She's doing the most over here. Let it go.
I'm letting it
Do
go.
like Elsa. Breathe it out. Let it go. Freeze those emotions, okay? It's
I'm
gonna be
freeing them.
okay.
I mean,
We're
it's so
gonna
touchy.
make
It's
sure
literally
you're
2 days.
appreciated moving.
It's 2 days to the day.
I mean, if we had known before 2 days of that you never got good Valentine's Day presents, I feel like we might have stepped it up. Like
But it's
at this
not for
point, I don't
y'all to
get
step
paid
it
to the
up.
14th.
I ain't in a relationship with y'all.
You know what? You know what?
It's time for
To
me to go
answer
This
the
is
sleep.
question,
crazy.
It is past my bedtime.
This is crazy.
I think
Yes.
that to some people, the holiday is just a fun time to show the person that you love even more attention. Just because it's fun, right? It's what's supposed to be. Um, a fun time where you just set time apart to just spend together. But it doesn't have to be gift giving. I mean, it could just be chilling. It could just be, like you said, Kai, watching a movie. It could be, you know, some type of active service that you do for that person. It doesn't necessarily have to be gifts. And as long as you're spending it together, I think that's really all that matters.
I definitely agree with you.
I mean, it's true. But if we've all used to work in corporate or office like things, and those things mattered. When you watch other people get things, you'd be like, where's mine? Where did you? Someone must have forgot mine somewhere. And then you're like me, who may order yourself something and pretend it's from somebody else.
Well, that was a moment. So,
I did that many, many moons ago, not recently. I did that moons ago.
I will say, my auntie used to do that. She would buy like big things, send it to my job because she just loved me. And it would say it was from her. Like it wouldn't just be like, and she'd be like, I love you. And so it would just come in the office. So I thought that was really sweet. Still
It is
always meant
sweet.
the world. I was like, that's so sweet. And it would be huge.
It is. That's what's up.
They're like, is this from a man? Nope. It's from my auntie.
Oh.
I'm her only niece, therefore yes. It's just
Wait,
love.
can I tell y'all a funny story?
Oh God. I don't know. I don't know.
So I used to work for 1-800-Flowers, and it was very busy
Oh.
around this time of year. And I remember a guy called to make sure his girlfriend and his 2 side pieces got flowers. That was the most funniest thing I've ever experienced on the phone. And I was like, he's like, so I have another order. And I was like, oh, for the same person? No, we're gonna send it to da-da-da-da for this person over here. Okay.
At least they were getting shown proper attention.
He was, because he was like,
Basically.
and then the messages were like weird. One was like, I love you. The other one was like, see you later tonight. And the other one was like, I forgot what else it was. And I was just like, okay, do you need to? And then when we were about to end, I said, do you need to add anybody else? He goes, no, that's it. And I was like, okay. Well, you enjoy. He's like, so it's going to be there on Valentine's Day? Yeah, it should be there. Maybe the day after. I'm not sure. But
She's like, let
I'm
me
done
let
with
me go
you.
ahead and let me go ahead and delay this one day.
let me delay. I don't know. I remember he
Or
did
maybe
spend
let's
like
make sure we
money,
switch it
but
up.
he did
Get
spend
you a
That'd be
different
funny.
card.
money on like 2 of them. The other one kind of got like the leftover. I was like, oh yeah, you really don't love her.
So you're like a tertiary thought. Like that's horrible.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I just remembered, like, I'm pretty sure I got like a Kindle one time, like a Kindle like book,
Oh,
which made me
nice.
happy. Like I was like, I feel like I've gotten some stuff, but like he bought me my first pair of really nice. You know what? I remember he bought me my really first pair. Remember those headphones that used to go on your neck and you used to put the little earbuds in your ears? He got me that.
Mm.
I feel
Nice.
like it just was forever ago. When you're together this long, you're like, oh, like chocolate's fine. I ain't gonna hold you. Chocolate's great.
Facts.
No need. So all that to say, Valentine's Day is what you make it, right? And
Mm.
maybe don't make it be the most important day in your relationship, because if that is, it may not be the relationship,
Mm. Mm.
or you may not be in the right relationship for your expectations. So as
Or
we,
maybe you're not the main one.
why is she like this? I wasn't trying to say that, but yeah, maybe if you don't see him on Valentine's Day and you see him after, I mean, perhaps that is a thing. I will say, at
Or
least
the
I
day
see him on,
before. I'm just saying.
and he spends the night on Valentine's Day. So then at least I know, like, my gift is coming, but here you are. You know what I mean? I just want to clarify, you are here and not missing.
Oh,
Because then
wow.
if you all see your man and it's Valentine's Day and all they left you with is with a phone call, I mean, this might be your moment to evaluate, is that the relationship you should be saying.
Mm.
With that, we had a lot of fun today. I ain't gonna pretend this has not been really funny, and editing this is gonna be an experience, I bet. So when I'm laughing into hysterics for my meetings tomorrow, just know I thought of both of you, and that's why. But I felt like we talked the whole gamut, right? Like, so we talked about how 18 is really not quite an adult. And then we got into, well, Valentine's Day can possibly considered a Hallmark holiday, or it can be the most important moment for you, but we've already discussed it. That is, you got some work to do internally as well. So, with that, we want to remind you that, you want to hit subscribe on whatever place you're currently listening to us. And so you can listen to more of these hilarious conversations and stories, because Tanisha was on one. And I was not even prepared for where we took all of these things. But apparently, Kevlin, we have work to do as well to make sure she feels loved and cherished on Valentine's Day. And perhaps we'll just sign it someone else's name. I don't know. But we will figure it out for you, because we love you. And I also think this is a good opportunity to remind you that you can celebrate Valentine's Day with your gals, with your friends. You don't have to have a love that is romantic to feel appreciated and valued on that day. I did, there was a time where we would get Valentine's things for our kids, remember? Like little cute
I know. I
school
think I'm gonna do
hearts.
that this
And
year. Mm-hmm.
so I'm just saying, it can be like true love and not necessarily romantic love too. Um, it's us, Nisha. Where
Yep.
can they listen to us if you enjoyed today's conversation and avert laughter? Because I don't know how many times we stopped breathing throughout this, but go, Tanisha, where can they listen to us?
Well, you could be listening to us on iHeartRadio, on Amazon Audible, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, and YouTube. I think I said everything, right? That's what we're on. We're not on anything
You said
else, right?
Spotify?
But you could also follow us individually. Me, Tanisha _Mama Pod on TikTok and Instagram. Kiara at Kiara Mama Pod. No space, no score, _ at on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can
And you're
follow
not
her
scoring,
on
so no need
X
to
or
get
Twitter.
excited.
Wow. Okay. That's why we went there. Okay. You
Try to help you.
can
Try to
find
help.
her as Contact Vixen on Twitter. And Kevlin, you can't find her. So don't look. And don't ask her about her information, because we ain't gonna give it to you. Okay? Yeah. Sorry. I'm big sister over here. I'm protective. You ain't gonna find her. Don't ask.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
want to say, we're not new to this, even though it might feel like that right now. We're not.
I promise you we're not. We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas at night.
All three
Because
of us. That's right.
that's the only way you're going to
Real
get this
late.
craziness. See you
See you
later.
next time.
The main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with the real ones, me. Mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea.